Welcome to the house remodel renovation walkthrough slideshow. Browne and Yeager, Calcat and Mark's Cards. And Calcat, your host on the set here at the house, the former Browne house from the series. And it's just being renovated. They've replaced some windows in the front. And now we're right into the living room, where a lot of the stuff was done back in the day. And back into the garage to see that they finally are going to put up the drywall in the garage to sell the house. They're going to convert the rest of the drywall and put it up. There's new stuff, and there it is. They've done that, and they've patched up the old stuff. And you come in there and go into the pink room or the runabout room, and they've stripped the floors and done the light fixture connections, and they've stripped out all of that yucky stippled ceiling. So they got rid of all that. That was mainly gone in the living room already. They got rid of the borders all around the edges and put in a cross beam over the top and tore out one of the walls in the living room, and there's the braces for that. And a big piece of Canadian wood. It says stamped Canadian wood on the bottom. And attached to joist braces underneath, double braces underneath the extra. But the actual girder is in a slightly different. The underlayment beam is in a different place, just slightly. Some replacement windows for the bathrooms and upstairs and down and others. Because some of the old windows had to be completely torn out and replaced. That's the kitchen. That's and that's where the kitchen was. There's the backyard. There's one of the kitchen bathroom window, and the one upstairs bathroom window torn out. Backyard, the deck is gone. They tore out the deck, took it away. There was no remnants of the transformers debris. It was gone. Completely gone. We have different other things in here. That's the kitchen wall, and they've pushed all the way. In fact, that's not a load-bearing wall. Well, it's a load-bearing enough that they had to put a beam. That's the bathroom. The bathroom is completely just gutted, and here's in Mom's old room, and Mom and Dad's old room, and there's the peach room, and the peach room has a lot of, they had to rip the wall to get to the bathtub upstairs, take the bathtub pipe out. And then they sealed off that extra door. They just didn't want to use it. And they were not going to use it. And so that makes the room sealed off and makes it more like less like a ADR, I guess. They stripped off the stuff on the stairs, the popcorn ceiling again up there as well. Back in the garage, showing other angles of the garage and the stuff in there, and back into the pink room on the other side. You can see where everything is. A shot of the furnace, and then go upstairs. You can go upstairs and see the upstairs entrance, the various things on the entrance level. Funky things. There's the torn out bathroom window. They're going to replace. Looks like the whole frame and everything. We have the other. That's the main room. That's Studio 2, the large master bedroom with the thing all torn out, and the closet pole has fallen down and it's lying on the ground. And then they put in the light fixtures and set that up, and we have kind of walking around and coming in and out of the closet and the bathroom, and that's where that pipe goes down through the floor, and the bathroom, upstairs bathroom, and what it looks like. And they had to replace some stuff in there. There's some markings for the remodel. So we have the other. The other room. They wanted to close off the door and move the door over, and make that a little office. They can crawl in. This is Studio 1. And then they can go into Studio 1 from the other office. Popcorn ceiling's gone. This is footage of the other dormer, and there's a slight change because of the dormer size when they were put in. And that yucky window has gone. They're going to put a new one in there, where that yucky window was. And yeah, so in that little room with it looks like they haven't stripped off the floors in there. They just stripped the wood because there's subfloors like right there, just above. So the ceiling, the ground, so they couldn't tear the hardwood floor up because they wouldn't have floor under it. They'd go right through the floor. It's a subfloor, but it's they didn't want to tear up the floor. So I'm assuming that on the top they're gonna just go over the floor, just go over it. I'm assuming because they kind of have to. And then we have the closet, the bathroom, expecting the things in there. That is the crawl space that doesn't really go anywhere anymore, and back to the studio, the old studio, the Studio 2, the KTS building, yeah, and the ship from the series, all that. Back to the closet, yeah, and going through describing it. That was more the linen closet and the regular closet, and yeah, the overall stuff out through the park window. You get to see behind the scenes and footage here. I'm mainly the one that's using the John and myself. Yeah, so we have the whole setup thing, commenting on messed up things in there. And down the stairs. So we probably see with the pictures a very similar thing. With the pictures come after this. This is the motion, live shot pictures. Oh yeah. That's the other side of that thing. You can see they're going to put a door in for that to open up to make it a walk-in closet or office or something. Can't really put monitors back there. You can just turn them around. Some adjustments to the where all the power comes in, because it's got to be connected to the wall and not to where the fan went in the dormer. It's got to be connected to the wall, so they had to go up on the top and rewire that. The workers, because the way the dormer fans were set up by rigging up to the dormers, and the fans are gone, so they have to rig up to the lights. Yeah, the floors are still kind of there. So yeah, it looks like most of the demo is done, and now they're going to go on to putting things back. Probably a lot of drywall work this week, I imagine. Finishing it up, insulating, and then drywall work. Probably the next thing that they would probably do is that part living room there. And here we have a slightly skanky piece of wood. I'm assuming they're going to nail it up, so I don't see it anyway. You can kind of see the joists. That's where the kitchen was. The kitchen's completely gone. Now we're back in the other room? We go back in the living room. Bedroom again. Or was it the other room? Big one. It was just the peach one. And so we have other footage here of the backyard, the deck area being torn out, the trees, the backyard, the sections, the fence. They tore out all the fence. They have footage at the back of that. Yeah, a couple of shots of that. So we have the different angles on things that are out there. You know, siding, no extra changes on that window. And going on to, there's the old ladder. It's larger. I don't know why. We went to a apricot tree orchard 10 years ago, and Mom planted an apricot tree. No, it never really produced any good apricots. But yeah, so they have this other stuff. It's this is interesting. We're gonna get to see the raw, a good shot of the bathroom window having been torn out. Mainly the stucco around it. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do a repair on that too. And repaint it, even though it was recently repainted. That is a power line over there, and this is a phone line that leads to an extra phone that isn't connected to anything. And there's a window, and there's the other window that has been taken out up there. That's gone. And yeah, so they're noticing the other window and the line that goes that way. That's the other phone line. It's not connected. It's Robert's extra phone line. We haven't used it in 40 years and 30 years, and it should just connect it. They can take it off. Not connected to anything. There's another shot from inside the kitchen looking at the living room. And the window is still the same. And opens that up. And the other walls, the connectors, there's the other joist, there's the closet again, bathroom again, number of other things in the beach room, and that's showing where the bathtub line comes in from the other bathroom upstairs, half bath. And there's the joist, and on top of the other joist, and there's the other one's just a few inches that way and underneath. So they're going to double brace that underneath because it's got to be braced on that side. I think that's what they did. Yeah, they ran that up the other side because that would be the most strongest area. Yeah, it looks like it's not quite above it, but the other piece is above it. Canada, made in Canada, upside down. There's the. I think these are the getting near the end of this particular kind of footage. Go on to the other footage, and yeah, mainly that. And they left the Mojo's hat in church. The picture clip portion. Okay. And here we are going on to the picture clip portion. Showing you a few more instances of the things. Stairs. Different angles of the stairs in the pink room. Different. I can see more of the lighting. It's a wider angle. This is probably Mark's Hart's footage. You have it's showing the whole, back through the garage window, and then here, and then that. There's. Yeah, then you can see the pillar properly. And then we're not there. Yeah, so there's added stuff. They might need to put an extra support under there. Just bolt it to that on that side. But yeah, then we have that's where the island was in the That's where the various connectors and things, older pipes and newer pipes. It actually doesn't look that new up close. It looks like it's the older stuff. And then we come to the outside. Well, but it could be the popcorn ceiling blew dust everywhere and just covering it. Yeah. So that's also possible. So we continue with the bathroom shots, and then there's a good shot of that thing to the pipe. Yeah, there's another shot of the thing with the pipe. There's stairs underneath the stairs through the window. The angles on this whole house structure you would never see in on location series, on location shows. You wouldn't really see most of these angles, which is why he took them. And you wouldn't see it ripped apart either, right? So you can see inside the bits and pieces hanging out. Yeah, it's completely different. So we have, there's that crawl space, and down inside the crawl space. So yeah, there's up on the roof, as if you were looking through the roof, the dormer in the peach room, and then you have the other, stuff. You continue into the neighbor's yard. You just do the peach room from the typical KTS directions and stuff. It's kind of fun. And here's a shot from that weird window down there. No one would ever do that shot, but here it is. Oh, a sundog. Cool. Yeah. So, but yeah. Yeah. There's a. But yeah, there's stuff out there. But yeah, there's through the window and the other crawl space. They've stuffed the remains of the phone line. There's the park through the main window upstairs, and there's a typical KTS shot and another one. Yeah, so from there and that window, and down there's another one. You can see that. Oh yeah, that's from the show. That's the typical stairs and other stuff. To see things from the side that you almost never see. And then you have back here in the kitchen, looking out onto the patio and the kitchen area, and yeah, the cats everywhere in their see-through shirt on, and yeah. So and then there's another shot of the window, the stuff around it. Interesting, like angles on the various things, including that tree, and a Trans-Tech shot, and another shot of the cow cats. It's going to disappear. Doink. There it goes. And that was funny. And so yeah, you have the KGS house. Looks like they took some of the wiring down. Yeah, they have the stairs and to the thing over there on the porch stairs and down and over the whole backyard. Jakarta set and Trans-Tech angles. Yeah, and then some up the chimney. It looks like up the chimney. Yeah, so you'd never actually look up there. But yes, some broken glass and a flower. And front, and it looks like that was the Mark Scarts footage, and now here's the Calicat footage. And it's very similar to the footage you saw earlier because it's very much like the motion stuff. This is the still version of the motion stuff. This is the footage it kept that it liked. So we have the garage replacement window. We have they replaced the crack in the garage, all that area. This is where the music videos, Somebody Likes G.I. Joe, and a bunch of other stuff was filmed in there. The Shuttle Bay and Starcrackers was the original Trans was in there, the show in the 80s. There was a scene in there. The rooms were mainly where they filmed stuff. Yeah. So back to the runabout room, and here you have It was the more recent one. I recognize that from the KTS stuff. Transformers Much was filmed in there. I mean, most of it, if not all of it. Pretty much season 1 was filmed in there. And season 2 was filmed mostly in there. Season 3 was done in the other one, in the beach room. So anyway, so we have the kitchen where Deadly Hour was filmed, but you'll never see that. It wasn't really deadly. And then we have more shots of the other thing, the girder, where it's joining the ceiling portion, because it has to line up with the above, or it doesn't. So yeah, the windows and the stripped floor around those windows. Here we have it looks like they're doing. They start to doing other stuff. It looks like they redid that glass door, but they didn't. The lock was still the same. They just redid the window in the glass door. They didn't do the whole thing. They replaced the window. So they replaced the window, and they just took the window out and replaced it. So you have the marked cards and John, and you have the kitchen area, and the other end of that white pole, and the closet, and other fun stuff. You have that's what's left of the bathroom ceiling, apparently. That bathroom got a lot of pictures. That downstairs bathroom. There's a pipe sticking through the pipe there. And then we come to that other pipe that's coming down, and I guess the wall that had stuff written on it, but was illegible. Sealed off door they used to go through. They decided not to use the door at all, just to get rid of it. Carpet used to be in there. They got rid of that, and they stripped everything down to the bare bones. All these rooms, they got it all out of there. And all the door frames, but they might keep the door, remodify it. Well, let's see this. So you're gonna go those rooms and then up the stairs, and same stuff. Popcorn ceiling off. The whole back to the garage. But yeah, that was they wanted to do the conversion of the garage for years. Never did. But then they sell the house and then they convert the garage. But yeah, and then there's the furnace. I thought it would be funny to film the furnace. There's the other door thing. But yeah, there's a closet. There's stuff and there's some interesting shots there. Made it into this picture reel, and I'm not gonna fix it. Yeah, there's the window. There's a close up of that window. Now we're back into Studio 2 with the overhead lighting. They took the fan out and all that other stuff and stripped that popcorn ceiling down all the way down off the wall. The paint on them is not new. That's the OG paint. That's not new. They haven't painted it. They patched it in places. And they have to make everything kind of match the main thing they're hooking up. So we have but it was wired for 220 originally. They updated it in the 90s. But yeah, there's the bathroom again, and the bathroom pipes, and the sideways thing, and then there's the upstairs one, and then there's caps on it so the caps don't leak. There's probably water in the pipes. There's windows gone. Windows gone. So they're gonna cut that off. They're gonna put the door on the inside. So it makes a little more sense. But yeah, there's a typical of Calcat shot there, or the typical shot from the vantage point. These other rooms and things in the house. It's all bizarre. But so we have, yeah, that's the other doorway looking into the room that's gonna have its own doorway. Yeah. So we have. I don't think it's handicap accessible except for downstairs. Yeah, upstairs wouldn't be. There's not. But yeah. No, it's not. Yeah. But yeah, the that's another angle on that, and there's a dormer. Wanted to show that. Wanted to show where the line doesn't quite line up with it. The size was different for some reason. I think what happened is when we built the dormer, when Sheldon built the dormer, Sheldon DeCryer, they were the same size, but the house was actually slightly off kilter, just slightly. Lines up with the other one. Yeah, so. Because everything else lined. Oh. Or the ceiling work, which is the original ceiling, so just took the poplar stuff down. So maybe by their next appearance they'll have shown some of the drywalling will actually begin. And then you can see down in there, and all the fun stuff on the Studio 1 thing. Studio 2. Well, we called it Studio 2 for a while, and it was Studio 1 again in the master bedroom. Yeah. Although that doesn't really matter, it's just that's what it is. That's what we called it. It wasn't really a studio. Anyway, so you have the linen closet. They left the shelf things in there. If they hoped to use them again, I don't know. Window. Where the fan was up there. They'll put in overhead lighting and stuff. Over the other stuff, the typical shot of Calcat on the set. Looks like the place from the Disneyland commentary. Yes, it's the same place. It's on the set of the Starship Chimera, Starship Locations room. That's what that was. So, and then we're on to the other things. And the stairs. Yeah, that was the Starship Locations, the Transformer stuff. All of it. Lexicons. Yeah. Yeah, and then the later ones. There's a shot typical of and that one too, of the. Oh yeah. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So yeah. There's another one of them funky lights up there. Yeah, there's another. Also, the Blair Witch parodies down there. The Lady Gaga parody down up there. Also, yeah. So we did find the closet dowel there. It fell off. It was on the ground. Either it fell off or was jostled out of place, or both. Looks like they have thoroughly pasted things. That selfie is weird. But yes, yeah. So, oh wow. Special. You can see the close-up shots of that room. Oh, that in there. More so than in the pictures that were done with Dan. Dan did. These are very thorough. There's 450, 500 of mine and another 210 shots. But yeah, they where that all joins up. I'm assuming that also attaching it to that beam makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I'm see what he does. Yeah, so. So here we are in the rest of it. Not sure what I'm saying there, but but yes, the in the kitchen, the near the kitchen area, facing the kitchen in a typical shot of the story. Yeah, on the set, all kinds of things out here. Yeah, smart. So yes, so I had the backyard and the two windows, and did they replace the other one, or it's just the bathroom? Looks like they replaced the other ones, but not the kitchen one's totally the same. They didn't replace any windows that were totally like not that broken. They just left them in. They threw away all the blinds. But yeah, and that thing running up the side of the roof left some of the cable lines in. The cable, they didn't need to do that. Yeah. The other thing going up the side of the roof, they took that down. There's yeah, smaller. There's a hole in the bathroom hole. You can get in there. Yeah, so the back of the house. I'm just commenting on what I'm seeing, but other than that, I don't really need to go into other stuff other than, oh, here's the stairs and go up there. And yeah, this is that's all this is really. Yeah, that rain gutter was added later in the 2020s. Yeah, there's a lot of water damage, leaking and stuff. But that was actually apparently the bathroom pipe too. But yeah, there's the power outlet, and there's that funny phone line that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, you can just take that down. Not connected to anything. But yeah, or sign a new number to it or something. Here's that window. That was all tore out. The window's gone. They didn't ruin the stucco with that one. Yeah. Which means they have to do it again. Stucco. Yeah, here's the other side. Oh yeah. The joist. Joist. Yeah, so sort of, what they did underneath. Yeah, you can kind of see it. They were doing. So yeah, then there's more of that, more of the pantry. Pantry light still comes on from the carrier. But yeah, the carrier. There's all these different eras. Here's the good shot of that pipe they had to get to and I guess replace it, the bathtub. Yeah, there's the joist member thing, and you can kind of see where the other one connects, just shy of the. Yeah. No, it's lined up with it. The one's in front. I had to line it up with the stud underneath, the beam underneath. Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't be connected to anything. It would just go. Yeah. So then we have it has a stud. A stud. And we have a pile of debris. Da, da, da. And we have it outside and probably getting near the end of this. And there's that weed that just blew up all over the. It's going to be a tree. And that once thought dead rose bush is blooming like crazy. It's alive again. Alive! Yeah, that thing is going all over the place. Sundog again? No, not. The sundog is in the other one.